What's up, y'all? Back with another video today. I don't know who's tapped in, second video on the channel, but as you can see by the title, what I'm going to be talking about today, about having doubt and why a lot of people don't get to where they want to be because of self-doubt. I feel like everybody wants to be rich, everybody want to be successful, everybody want to have money, everybody want to complete their goals, which is completely fine. Obviously, who don't want to complete their goals? But put into perspective, you being a different person, looking down at your life for just 1 week. 1 week. You looking down at your life as a different person, watching everything you do from Monday through Sunday, and just ask yourself, would I really look at my life and be like, yeah, I believe him, I believe in what he got going on, I believe in what she got going on. This is a male-female channel, not just guys, not just girls. Would I look down at my life and be like, yeah, I believe what they got going on, I believe that they gonna be somewhere, I believe that they gonna complete their goals? Ask yourself that on how you move throughout your week, as if you was looking down at your life, not nobody else, you, like yourself looking down at your life. Would you look at yourself and be like, yeah, I believe in me, like, he definitely got it going on? I feel like dreams, I feel like your actions and your habits determine whether your dreams is going to be reality or or your goals and your aspirations is all just a bunch of wishes. Basically, by wishes, I'm saying something that you just wish is going to happen, like something that you really, wishes can be reality, but also reality can be more easily brought into the world by how you move, your actions, and your habits. Basically, what you do in a week to complete what you want to do. Basically, doubt makes you quit before you even start. For example, here's some examples of what doubt is in yourself. Like basically saying, I'm 17. Like, what me being doubtful in myself and being like, I'm only 17, or somebody else already tried this, or what if my YouTube videos don't blow up? Like, I'm just on YouTube. What if my YouTube videos don't blow up? Shit, what else? Like anything, literally anything. What if they don't like it? What if they don't comment? What if anything, bro? Self-doubt. And the thing is about self-doubt is they're just all imaginary situations that you're just using to hold back your life. It's all holding back your life at the end of the day. You keep on saying all these what ifs, and everything is a what if. What if you do blow up? What if somebody did make the video and they ain't do good, but you did? Like, it's all just excuses, to be honest. And at the beginning stages, doubt can't always be there, but ultimately you have to overcome that. And that's the biggest part that you have to persevere through, bro, is the doubt. Because at the end of the day, every successful person had to start, bro. Every successful person had to start, and they had to do them beginning stages where it was slow, quote unquote embarrassing. Like that's just life, bro. You're always gonna get haters, people that's gonna try to. The richest people in the world get hate, bro. Everybody gets hate. At the end of the day, that's life. I could be getting hated on right now, and this is my second video. Like, and my joint ain't even. It's not smooth. I just got my camera set up, and I just got my face in front of the camera. I'm just sitting on the chair, and I got headphones for my mic, bro. Like, it's nothing serious. After this blow up, I'm gonna go get something crazy. I'm gonna go level up. You can't doubt yourself and make all these imaginary situations on why you can't do this, why you can't do that. That's not how it works. You gotta have faith in yourself. You gotta have, you gotta have a little bit of an ego, bro. You gotta have some pride in yourself as well. Like, you gotta have pride in yourself. What I mean by that, don't let doubt beat you up. Straight like that, don't let it beat you up, bro. Because at the end of the day, doubt is just a big wall between you and success. That's it. Doubt is a big wall between you and success. If you get through that wall, bro, you already on a great path, bro, and you gonna get to where you wanna be ASAP, bro. That's my opinion of how I see things, bro. Another thing, your brain naturally rewards comfort, and what I mean by that is, security. Your brain wants safety and security. That's why, waking up, sleeping in, rather than waking up on time feels good. Keep on scrolling on the phone instead of making your own video feels good. Staying at that job, that minimum wage job, that low paying job, this feels better than going ahead and starting your own business. That's why it's just how your brain works. It's just how every natural human just works. Your brain wants security and safety. Everybody wants security and safety, but at the end of the day, security and safety doesn't bring, like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but the risk to reward ratio of just being safe is not what you want. You gotta take risks, honestly, to get what you want. And just take educated risks, just take, what I mean by educated risks is, map it out. You gotta plan things out, Everything doesn't have to be a dangerous risk. You could take safe risks. But, your brain ultimately wants you to take the easy way out. The easy way feels good now. The hard way is going to pay you later much better, 100 times better, because you ultimately took that step, that uncomfortable step, and now you're going to be rewarded for that. That's just how it goes. That's why, people that stuck at their job for years and years and years, is just because they couldn't leave that security. Now everybody's situations is different, but in my situation, me being young, me being 17, I've been quit my job. There was times where I didn't even know what I was going to do. I just quit because I knew it wasn't for me. And I'm fine, don't get me wrong. I ain't just quit and not have a plan, but I quit my job, But sometimes I did quit my job, be cool for a little bit, and then paper started running low, had to go back to that job. I'm not afraid to work a job. I'm just not afraid to leave a job. I'm not afraid of losing that safety, that payday, that guaranteed check. I'm not afraid of losing that, because I'm fine with knowing who I am and knowing what I'm capable of and what I can do without having to be in someone else's system, which is the workforce system. And there's nothing wrong with a job, but I feel like I personally use my jobs, the jobs that I've had, well, in recent time. When I was younger, I didn't, but in recent time, I use my jobs to benefit other things that have going on out of that job, rather than just working and tired and just working. I still work, but I work differently, very differently. I work with more freedom and with more brain power to be able to do different things. When I'm in my 9 to 5, it's like my brain shuts off, bro, because it's not a draining place. And I'm not saying everybody's job is draining, but when you're like an entrepreneur in a way, and you got your own things going on, and you have way bigger dreams than working. And when I mean in the jobs I'm talking about is basic jobs, not like little basic jobs like fast food, stuff like that. That's not who I am. I already know that. I don't care about working there. I don't care about getting seen there. I just know I'm way bigger than that. That's why I know I'm able to leave and pursue what I really want to do. Honestly, think about how many ideas you've had this year that you've never acted on. Anything, literally anything. Starting a YouTube channel, starting a TikTok, starting a business, anything, doing anything. And you're basically telling yourself that you're waiting for a perfect time, waiting for a better camera, waiting for confidence, waiting for money. You can't. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Let's say a year from now, you're either going to be wishing you're either going to be happy that you started today, or you're going to be miserable and sad and wishing that you did start today, because time doesn't start for nobody. You cannot wait. You could obviously set yourself up good for what you want to do, but you can't wait to the point where it's just becoming like a record book. You just keep on saying, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. Nobody starts out perfect, honestly. And I think starting off perfect is good, but it's also not. You really like start where you're at, bro. Seeing a time lapse of how you started to where you at in some time, that's gonna make you feel crazy. You gonna feel like you gonna come up, bro. You don't have to wait to start perfect. Not too many people. Me personally, I don't know anybody who starts perfect. But maybe there is somebody that starts perfect. But to be honest, nobody's ever perfect. Everybody knows that saying. So don't wait to be at a certain spot. You cannot wait to be at you cannot be at level 1 and wait to be at somebody else's level 10 to start what you want to do. Like, that's not how it works, bro. Everybody starts at level 1. Everybody starts at level 1. Whatever they're trying to do, they all start at level 1 and progress to where they want to be. So you have to start where you're at the end of the day. You don't want to fake, and not even fake. You just start where you're at, bro. Everything does not have to be perfect to the point. Things progress, bro. As you keep on posting and building confidence, everything's just going to fall into place, and ultimately it's going to look perfect. I said everything is not perfect, but everybody has their own definition of perfect in their head. So you don't have to wait for anything. Press play now. Press play now. You're going to be exactly where you want to be later. I'm telling you, bro. Like, that's really it, bro. Like, just press play, bro. Press play. Your future is not decided on one big, huge decision that you're going to make today. It's decided by a bunch of small steps that you take to get where you ultimately want to be. Every day you can wake up and you could try to feed your doubt. Well, not even try to. Every day you wake up, you can feed your doubt. Or you could take the safe route, the good route, the better route, and feed your dreams and feed, your confidence to be where you want to be, But that's it for today's video, man. If y'all like this video, every day I'm going to be posting a video trying to, bring confidence to my peers and my viewers, trying to make everybody be the best version they could be that other people don't take or have the discipline to be, ultimately, And also ask yourself, where do you see yourself in 5 years if you take the same path that you on right now? If you're taking the same actions and habits that you got going on right now, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And if you don't see yourself where you want to be, change it. Don't doubt yourself. Press play on whatever you want to press play on, and because ultimately, who are you trying to impress? There's nobody. And if you are trying to impress somebody, there's billions of people in this world. There's so many. This is a huge world. Somebody's gonna be impressed by you, bro. Somebody's gonna be impressed. And if ain't nobody impressed by you, ultimately you gotta learn to have the confidence to be impressed by yourself. Because especially when you started, bro, be impressed that you started. Nobody starts. Not nobody, but a lot of people don't start. That's why everybody ain't rich. Everybody ain't where they want to be, and everybody ain't successful. If nobody's impressed, be impressed by yourself. If you think ain't nobody gonna be impressed, I guarantee you somebody is. This is a big world, bro. Keep on putting yourself out there and doing exactly what you're going to do. But that's it for today's video, man. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.